getting desperate. The energy vampires, the narcissists, the witches, the warlocks, the gangstalkers, the stuff out here with the surveillance, illegal surveillance. And it's not like, there's no excuse no more. It's too much exposure. It's too much things happening. Too much people being aware of what's happening. Awareness. And the reason why they're getting hungry is because too much content, too much exposure, video, proof. The tactics are the same. People is catching on to the repetitive things that they do. The same synchronizations, the same patterns, the color patterns. It's the same thing. It don't change. They can't change it, but they're getting desperate for new supply. You have to see them. They're starving. So they out here in groups. They out here like they starving. And they can't say, oh, look, this, he or she, look, they going crazy, crazy, crazy. Because everybody knows gang stalking is a real thing. Illegal, the quantum part, it's illegal. Everybody knows what's going on. Imagine flying into DC. Flying into DC. Just like January 6th, right? The Stage Capitol riot, that event where there's been videos and proof of undercover agents. The whole thing was a scam. Imagine flying into DC on that day. You're flying in. You know nothing about this riot. And as soon as you're flying to handle your business wherever that you flying into DC, all the people, including yourself, on this plane flying into DC are all placed on a terrorist watch list, blacklist. All these random people on this flight, you get placed on a blacklist, terrorist watch list due to a stage event where they were undercover agents dressed up and appeared as civilians. You see what's happening? That there is a blacklist, watch list, there's random names being thrown in this. Look at Sonia Labasco. People's talking about this, exposing it. People have proof, video, with the same tactics, you see? Energy vampire, those are narcissists. Those are narcissists, energy vampires. Those are the lowest lows, the low vibration, like the low. The witches, the warlocks, the covens, the cult. Those are the low. They are out, hungry for supply. Hungry. See, and the more people are being awareness with the tactics and the codings that they do, the facial expressions, the things what they do, the same color, the same pattern, the same one hand, the same. Everybody's catching on. It's all over the world. It's not one specific person. This is all over the world. It's spiritual, so everything is coming to the light. Everything is coming to the open. People who's talking to them, they're like, yeah, these people ain't crazy. They're not crazy. The ones who's following them, yeah, they hungry. The narcissists, those spirits. Everything's getting exposed. Everything's getting exposed. If you see outside, when you go outside, you look at it, you can feel it, you can see them. Look at their face, look at their eye. You see the patterns, yo. You see them all in groups, certain groups. You see the synchronized. You see that. You see it. You see the same thing. That's why they're getting starving, because their tactics is getting exposed. What they do, how they do it, how they do this, the nose, the ear touch, the snaring, the yawning, the spitting, the coughing, the same color, the little piece of red and blue, the same colors. The occults and all, they all coming out. The lowest of the lows, those in the dark, they all coming out. They hungry, they starving. The spirits that be in them, everybody's seeing it. The tapping of the head, the agents coming out. Everybody's seeing the agents too, stalking people. Everybody keeps using that term, gang stalking. That's a real thing, but you gotta understand, there is a blacklist, terrorist watch list. Even if you go to Targeted, the Justice website, 90-something% are non-investigative subjects, a lot, and it's just watching people. Some are aware and some aren't. You see? Some are aware and some aren't, but it's illegal what they're doing. But everything is coming out to the light. They know what's up. And a lot of people who be like, oh, well, I'm going to the police. You got your evidence, you showing everything, but why the police ain't doing nothing? Well, hello. They are in on it too, as you can see. They part of it too. You see the tapping that they do to the don't. You see the cops with the one headlights and the brake lights too, like the same thing out here with no play. You see what you seeing out here. They just can't hide it. You see the narcissism in the cops too, like those. You see them, the spirits in them. Remember, all that you see out there in the groups, those are narcissists. Those are energy vampires. Those are those who are operating on low. Those are the shapeshifters. They hungry. They starving. Because too many people was waking up. Too many people talking about, too many people's exposing their tactics. It's the same thing. It's repetitive. They can't change it. The tactics don't change. You can see them through the group. You can see the theatric. Listen, if somebody's authentic, right? If somebody's coming to spy on somebody, on stalk, because that's what energy vampire and narcissists, when they stalk on somebody, a person on the phone who's gonna act like they're on the phone, they're gonna keep looking at the person who they stalking, like like they sent, right? So they're gonna keep. It's not gonna be legit, the combo, because it's acting. See, when somebody's up to no good and somebody got ill intent or something got to be staged and scripted, but they want to do something around somebody, that whole group is gonna act weird. Why? Because it's not authentic. So they got to find a way to play their role around the person who they next to stalk and just keep looking. But they got to see the combo is scripted. So you can see the same people who just be stopped around you, and you can look at them, look at their eyes. See, always look at the eyes. The eyes give it away. Their eyes, their face. It don't match with their facial expressions. It don't match with nothing. Either you're going to see them, they're going to be squinting at you. They're going to be having a mad face. They're going to spit. They're going to yawn. They're either going to be bothered or they're going to gravitate to you. You can feel it. You can see it. Even with the people who sent in their little groups, try to get so close to you, but they're energy vampires, and you see them too. And you see the narcissists within these people, either some or all of them, but you see who they are. And you can see through the fake conversation within that group. You see the fake laugh. Ha 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 ha. You see how fake the laugh sounds. Ha 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 ha. The eyes don't even match with the laugh. Ha ha ha. And you seeing them talking, and you seeing their body shaking and all that, because you're still staying in prayer. But you seeing within the group. You see the tapping as they still talking. A few of them breaking their necks, but they're doing the famous. They're always fidgeting, always coding, and always talking, touching. And who's involved? Monitoring spirits. And then, of course, people get bothered. Spirits, but agents. They fidget, they code one another when they walk with the people. When they walk. So everything's getting exposed. Everything out here. But you gotta understand. You be like, well, how come I got put on that list and all that? There's a blacklist. There's a terrorist watch list. Due to January 6th, the Capitol, the stage event. I know you heard a horn. That's what happened. So imagine that. You flying on a plane to D.C. just to mind your business, and you just got placed with everybody on that flight. Hey, there you go. Look at this group flying in, and they know nothing about the Capitol. Here they go flying in. Let's put all these people on the terrorist watch list, blacklist. That's flying in. That whole group got placed on the terrorist watch list for something they had nothing to do about, but it was all from the inside. You see? And there's people aware and there's people who's not aware. But this is happening all over the world. This is why you see the tactics, you see the color coding, the patterns, the pattern recognition, the things that they do. The same faces you see from your community to wherever you go. It's the same faces, the same people. They know what they're doing is wrong. You coming out with a whole bunch of pictures, the agent, the occult coming out. All the tactics is the same. It's the ones that peep it. The ones that's recording, the ones that's calling it out is the ones who, okay, they're aware that they're on this list and they see the funniness. There's people who's unaware and they're on that list being stalked the same way, but they got no clue. But the ones who seeing it, they're like, yo, something's up, what's going on? But you catching it and spiritual, and you seeing the same stuff that they're doing on the low. It's happening all over the world. Just like one of that influencers, what's his name, Clav? I'm gonna put a video up there. He spotted an agent behind him in the video. He even said, you an agent? Are you gang stalking me? See, it's not fake. Everybody's being aware of all of this. They do it in the church too. Everybody's been aware of this. So they're hungry. These narcissists are hungry out here. Witches, warlock, the lowest of the low, like these energy vampires, they are starving. They're starving for new supply. Because everybody's waking up. The higher people's waking up, the more this get exposed, the more you talk about this, the more they lose power, the more they get hungry, and you can see right through them. And they always in packs and groups. That's why when you see the groups and groups of people, synchronized or not, when you see these groups and all that, those are energy vampires. Narcissists, they on the same frequency. They harvesting each other like they there. But they got to be grouped up. They group up together. They can't be alone. They got to be in together like packs. They desperate. They following you, yo. Remember, narcissists study you. Narcissists, toxic people, energy vampire, they study you. They collect data. They mirror you. That's why you see when they be trying to do what you do. Those are narcissists. See, they getting exposed out here. They mirror you. They copy you. They try to do dress like you. Or if you got a certain stance and you park somewhere, you see somebody down the block doing the same thing, mirroring you and looking at you. And narcissists, they mirror you. They mimic you. These are what narcissists do. They learn your wounds. They learn your wounds. They learn your story. They learn your story. They study, they watch. So that way they can create their own story using that pain. See? That's what they do. They copy off of people. Narcissists. Empath. Like energy vampires. It's the empaths that see through them. They generate charm, so you can see through the fake smile, and you see through all that through the charm. They tell you what you want to hear. That's what they do. Remember AI? All this stuff now with AI, deepfake, but the surveillance with AI, how they tracking people and all that. You gotta understand, before AI, narcissists were before the AI. Narcissists, they doing the same thing. They tracking, they stalking, they studying, they watching, yo. Studying you. Trying to learn from you, watching you. In packs and groups, studying. Watching your video, trying to learn from your pain. Waiting for you to drop a content. Waiting for you to drop an experience. Or stories, so that way they could take note and be like, okay, here we go. Now they're going to copy it. But you can see, man, you can tell, especially when somebody's trying to stalk somebody with the phone and they stalking. Look how they keep breaking their neck looking at you, and it's not legit how they got to stand. When somebody's doing something and they uncomfortable, but they stalking somebody, they got to constantly keep trying to find a way to look at the person or position themselves to keep trying to find where the person is at. They're not authentic with the convo. They uncomfortable and they keep trying to break their neck and looking. See, and it's all legit. They always got to keep looking, and they uncomfortable, but they got to find a way to keep out of view, to see you and monitor and stalk when somebody's up to no good. Just like with groups, the group chats, their combos, it's gonna be scripted. Come on, man, you got to think about that. Think about that. Let's say there's a group together, 4 people, 1 person. That 1 person, they all together, and they're gonna be right by this person to stalk them, watch them, see what goes on, and they all be like, you know what? We're here to just watch this person. But we have to pretend and act and script it out, so that way it won't look too obvious to this person, but you can still see through them. And that's where the conversation is scripted. It's not authentic. And they look at one another to see, okay, your line, the convo, it sounds so fake because it's not legit. It's not going back and forth like it's authentic. It's a script. It's like, yeah, I remember this, and that. It's like they saying a certain part of their convo. Yeah, Jerry, remember this and that? And they keep looking at you, but yeah, Jerry, remember that? I know that. And then you got the fake laugh, and it's a certain pause, and they're looking at each other to say, okay, who's the next part with the next script? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that day. Oh, yeah, that was, yeah. yeah, I remember that. And you can see the spirits getting bothered. See the tactics. That's what's happening. They are starving. They are starving. But at the same time, they know what's going on, and they know too many people talking about this, and they see the exposure. Y'all not crazy. They know what you're talking about. They know what's up. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. They just don't like the fact that it's being too much people's waking up. Too much people's being aware. Huh? I even got a video that I'm gonna put up too. There's a girl who's recording in NYC, and there's a guy behind her with the bike, just looking at her, but she caught on to him. Gangstalker. See, they hungry out here. People say, oh, everybody's acting weird out here. Everybody's being weird behavior. Yeah. The veil's thinning, the matrix crash, spirits can't hide, masks is off. The narcissists, energy vampires, witches, warlocks, those in the dark, the lowest of the lowest, they starving, they craving for energy, they craving for something. And so they are coming out. They hungry, they desperate. So they doing everything to try to imitate, to intimidate, provoke. But everybody sees what's going on. So I got a video there. There's a woman recording the guy behind her. Peep what he does. All energy vampires do this. It's spiritual. All narcissists and all that, they do this. He spit on the floor. That's what they do. When he gave his back, it's the same patterns. The patterns don't change with people. They don't. They don't. They love to spit on the floor. Energy vamp. They love to spit. Narcissist. They love to yawn. They love to do that. And they're always together in groups, packs. That's what I'm saying. You can see people together and you can tell who's fake or who's not. They always doing this. They fidget the ear, man. They fidget the ear. They touch the nose. They do this. And they think you don't see it with the same pattern. They yawn in the coffin, but they do this. And the next person, especially with a woman, the fake hair flip, especially, I mean, if it's a legit one, she's going to like do it. But if it's an agent, because agents do it too, female, they do it like this. A quick fake one, they do it a couple of times. And then to the next person, they do this. They communicate that way. Gangstalkers, energy vampires, the agents that spying on people. Just got to watch them. Always got that one hand in the pocket like you said. They can't take that out. Those in the occult, of course, they can't take that out. They got to show who, they got to blend in. Those involved, see, that participate in that. Spiritually too, spirits know who's who. But those involved, that's why they wear the color patterns. It's the patterns. It's what they do. It's how, you pay attention to the patterns, the faces, the people. See them, watch them. When you see, you see. And they starving. You go see them in the church too. The narcissists, they starving. They starving because everybody's catching on to the games that they're playing. The plants, those who's mirroring, those who's they look at their face, look at their eyes, look how they look at you. You could see the manipulation in their face, in their eyes. You could see the slick smirk, like they up to no good. They got that devious look. You could see it, and they think you don't see these faces that they make. You be like, okay, this one over here, he or she, they be making these devious looks, thinking you don't catch what they're doing. Like, you could see them and feel the hidden motive, see it on their face. You could see sometimes they got the dead eye and looking at you, dead eye, making faces, or you could tell when they get around you and they face be like, huh? And then you can see when they communicate with one another. You can see the ones who's planted. You can see the one who's mirroring you. You can see the same ones with the cars. They're coming out the car. The one who ain't even coming out the car, but got their door open and just chilling there with the same colors. You see peeping them. And it's happening all over the world. It's all exposure. Peep it. It's all the same. They're starving. And everybody's talking about this. Everybody's going through what they're going through. And everybody has their evidence and they're filming it and showing you what's going on. It's the same thing. Gangstalking is real. What they're doing is in the wrong. Not the one who they all targeted and stalk. What they're doing, the group, they're all in the wrong, and it's a felony. That's what they try to do on the low. That's where they trying to mess the person up. Those are narcissists, energy vampires, and it's within those closest to you, even from the strangers, even to the flying monkeys, even those out there, and it's all getting exposed. All getting exposed, but it's spiritual for this battling against flesh and blood. So you see the spirits manifesting because Matrix crashed. The time's ticking already. Matrix crashed. It crashed. The Gangstalkers is out. They're hungry. They're starving. You seeing them. They got the empty target bag and they with the colors, the pieces of red or pieces of blue are full of it to show their code and to show who they are. And they coding and all that. But they don't tell you what goes on behind the scenes after what they try to do to you. Or if you have a confrontation and when it's spiritual warfare, they don't want to tell you about what happens to them behind the scenes in the warfare. What happens behind the scenes. Or sometimes when you go through a little something with somebody, you don't even see that person no more. Spiritual. They better stop playing with people out here. But they hungry. They starving. They starving. You see it. They starving. They hungry. And everybody's... They're catching on to their patterns. They're catching on to what they're doing. Because the tactics don't change. And the goal is to make the person who's speaking out and exposing all this, the goal, because they got to do it in groups, the goal is to make the one speaking like this with the video to appear mental, crazy, and say, you see, they love to say that part, right? Oh, you mental, you crazy, you crazy, you crazy mental. Meanwhile, you a gang stalking, you spitting, you crazy. And you got the hand in the pocket, you stalking, and you part of that. The spirit manifesting. Oh, you crazy. Narcissists love to try to play the mind games. It's a psychological warfare. They play with your mind. Come on, man. Allegedly, didn't the Epstein files talk about this too? What's happening out here with the surveillance? Epstein files? Huh? Everything's coming to the light. Especially with the occult too. With the stuff out here from ex-occultists who's speaking out on stuff too, right? With books too, right? Things is coming out to the light. It's just that you see the frequency's going up, 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 more exposure, exposure. Look how they looking. See? Come on, man. Come on. I see what's happening. Those are, you gotta see, those are, they hungry. But keep waking up, keep having this awareness. Keep going to the Most High. It ain't easy. It's not. But keep waking up. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay in prayer, hedge of protection. Ain't nobody perfect. But you seeing what you're seeing out here, man. You know it's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. Because you even got witches fighting with witches, warlocks fighting with warlocks. And especially you got witches out here that's going after the ones who's doing things to the children. I'm telling you, it's a spiritual warfare out here. I'm telling you. There's light versus dark right now. It is. It is. I'm telling you, if you... I'm telling you, once you go to God, once God reveals himself to you, once you go through the spiritual awakening, once you start going down rabbit holes, that's when you're going to start seeing the things you haven't seen before. You're going to find yourself all of a sudden in problems that you never expected to be in problems with, but it's not, it's spirituals, right? It's spirits manifesting in people, see, because you're coming into the truth, questioning things, seeing through the illusion. Now you're finding yourself in things you never found yourself in, seeing people on your right, you're seeing through stuff, the pattern, see? Going down rabbit holes, seeing what's happening. Now things is happening. Things is going to happen to you. You're going to go through the warfare. That's how you know. That's how you know you're on the right track. That's how you know when you're doing something good. That's how you know when you experience what you experience and when you're going to begin to see what you see. I'm telling you. But those people out here, oh yeah, I don't get into no problems, man. I'm living peaceful and all this stuff. Like nothing happens at all. You haven't gone to no warfare. You ain't go through not one warfare. You don't know what's going on. You blinded. You asleep. You don't know what's going on. That's why you ain't experiencing nothing. I'm talking about nothing. You be like, yeah, I go to sleep. Oh, nothing. I'm chilling, peace. Yeah, the devil got you right where he wants you. That's what you experiencing. That you ain't experiencing nothing. Nothing happened to you, or you haven't experienced no betrayal. You ain't see the weirdness within your family. Nothing. Because when you start to question them, that's when you're gonna be like, yo, you're gonna see the shapeshifter. You're gonna start seeing what you see here. They all gonna start coming out from both light and dark. They all coming out. And you're gonna see all of them on your walk. All of them is gonna come out on your walk. All of them. The narcissists, the energy vampires, the toxic people, the witches, the warlocks, the occults, the covens, those in the dark. I'm talking about the lowest, the negative, the energy, like the lowest, are like those low that vibrate the lowest. Not the ones between. We're talking about they all coming out. Then you got those, the light, good energy. They all coming out too. You're gonna see everything. But you're going to remember and recognize the pattern because they can't change it. The patterns don't change. The tactics don't change. The pattern, the tactics, the synchronization, it's repeated. The colors, the people, the faces, pay attention to it, man. I'm going to watch them. You're going to see them. Stay awake. Stay awake. Keep going to the Most High. Keep staying in prayer. And you're going to keep seeing how much the frequency keeps going up. Too much people waking up. Too much of being as aware. And you see how much power people losing. I told you, every time you expose something, when you bring something to light, they start to lose power. That's what I'm saying. They hungry. But the tactics, everything's getting exposed.